What's up, guys? Figured I'd make a final thoughts video about this Oblivion override. Let's get started. First, we need to look at the variation in weapons. While there appears to be like a lot of weapons, what's really going to happen is generally you'll take whichever weapon is the strongest that you like to use, and then you'll just use that same weapon through the entire game and just upgrade it as you go, because you can upgrade weapons freely, which is nice. But it also kind of kills the point, you know? So like, for example, if I like using the violet dagger, I get my first violet dagger and then I never change. I'm just going to keep using the same exact weapon. So I don't like that part of it. I wish there was something or some other reason. I think maybe letting you fully change your weapons, while it's good for like quality of life, like obviously as a player you like that, I think it just kind of makes the weapons meaningless in the end. Like, for example, look at this. This is the first dagger that's unlocked from the very beginning. Okay, so you might restore HP when killing enemies. Or you could just use the upgraded dagger where you teleport behind them, which means you can use it as a dodge, and it does more damage. And it has a 45 to 45. It's stable. It's going to do the same damage regardless. That's crazy, you know? It just means there's no point. Same thing with like the bigger hitter characters, right? So like weapons like this, if I want to use a big weapon, right? So the only thing I look at is the max damage, because everything scales off the max damage. Okay, so here's the Warhammer. Warhammer is 121. And then I think we have the, there you go, the Saw Pop 127. So if I'm someone who's trying to just get the highest damage for my character, I'm always going to want the Saw Pop. There's no reason for me to ever take this, because it's just worse. And the not attack for 3 seconds thing is also just super meh. Like like yes, you can get some decent damage, but it's just pointless, because this is always more damage, especially once you add in upgrades and stuff like that. So overall, the weapon system, while it appears varied, it's kind of limited at the same time. There's not that much that's really going on there. Second thing is this system. So you'll notice you can disintegrate weapons. So if I hold this right here, I'll get XP up here, and then you can level up your weapons throughout the game. That's why you're very much incentivized to find a weapon you like from here. So, you know, I can just see what's here. If I don't like it, I can refresh it and run over here. And there you go. That one has 2 purple skills off the bat, and there's the violet daggers that I want. Boom. Just like that. Now I just use the same weapon through the entire game. And there it is. So yeah, that's it. The animations and everything are very good. Like I feel like the game plays very good. The dashing and everything is really nice. The only thing I found that's kind of weird is if you I can't show you here because I don't have the map. But once you're in the game, if you are jumping and you open your map, then when you stop, your input, like if let's say I was holding W, I open the map, and then I let go. And so now when I close the map and I start running again, there's like a delay. Like your first input is lost and you have to hit it twice instead of once. There is kind of a sort of story progression, which I really liked and kind of gave me like a slightly kind of Hades, Deadcells-ish vibe to it, where you unlock different people coming to your base. So when you first start playing the game, like this guy's not here, you have to rescue him. This guy's not here, the dog's not here, this guy isn't here, you have to rescue him. And you have to do special things for them, which I think is really cool. The other thing that I think is really cool is like the meta progression. It ends actually really fast in this game. Like if you're decent at the game, you finish all the meta progression really, really fast. But it feels okay. Like there's nothing really that interesting. You get a revive, which is nice. And then you can reroll. Like this one gives you more ability usage. That's really good. But you get them so fast, I kind of feel like there's no real progress. Like you stop caring about that really fast. The thing that you do care about though is right here, and I haven't done every character, but eventually when you do enough difficulty, you unlock this. This makes the character much stronger, and it feels really good to play as once you have all these bonuses and stuff. So you can see for this character, I think I've unlocked them. Yeah, I unlocked everything for this character. So I get guard now when I use my ability. I have a longer ultimate ability, and I get more shots, right? And then if we look at this guy, we can just swap to him and show you. Originally, this character shot like a lightning ball. Now, because we've upgraded him, now he shoots a red lightning ball. You know, and I haven't finished all of his stuff, but like you can see, like, okay, I get more pulse damage. You just get 30% off the bat. when I dash, right, now I have lightning in between my dash, stuff like that. So it is very cool. Did I upgrade this character? I think I did. Yeah, okay, so this one's cool too. There's, like, the mechs are varied. I like the way that you unlock them. Each one has a quest or something you do to unlock it, except for the first two. The first two you get for free. I think their abilities are different. I think I play like slightly different builds on each of them, though I will say, let's just go ahead and look here. Okay, yeah, we can open this up and we can see in here. So like the abilities, it works on like a tier system. So 2 abilities will get you like the first tier. So if I take 2 in the belligerence, then I have a level up, and then it gives you the tier, and then that gives you like, okay, so here I have 40. You get 5% attack damage up to 40. So you get 200% attack damage basically. And you know, it just goes up from there. Then there's combination abilities. So you can see down here it says integrate. Integrate with the healing one. Okay. Some of them I haven't discovered. And that's also kind of one of the problems I have with the game. Some of the abilities are just so strong, it feels ridiculous that the other ones are even in the game. Like, let's take a look at this. If I hit them from behind, I do 10% crit rate, 20% extra damage, and then you get 40% crit damage as the enemy goes down. And then, every time I crit, you get more crit, which means you can just be perma-critting with everything. Just bloom, 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 and blasting, right? Same thing happens here. Okay, so now this guy, whenever you get below that much HP, it's going to do damage, and it's going to heal you 30 HP a second, right? For 12 seconds. It's a lot of HP. It's really strong. And all of the things in here are good, except for this one. This one's kind of less good. 20% HP, it's almost never going to happen. But you can just take the other ones. I can just take these 2 and then be maxed, because I take one of these also. That's why you can see I've unlocked all of them, because this is just always good. Then you have things like this. Like, okay, they have a chance to die. We have a chance to rupture them that reduces their attack damage. Okay, and then it gives them like a bleed, right? The problem is, this is only happening when you are hitting them for your entire final hit of a combo, right? Then you throw the core, which means it just feels bad. Like if you're in a boss fight where you can't hit them with the final, like the boss is moving a lot or whatever, you just don't get damage, you know? And then things like this. This one I've literally never used. I don't even know what all the abilities are in this one, but it's just so kind of like limiting, right? Like the damage for having money, that's great, but some of the other ones are just like so much stronger. Like look at this. Every 8 hits, and you can reduce that to 6, deal extra damage equal to 12% or 4% of their HP. As a boss, if you're doing 6 hits, you can integrate it with the hologram here, and you can keep the execution, and you're attacking twice because hologram just makes a copy of yourself, which means these are so strong. Like it's incredibly strong. You delete things like this, which I just think is like so unfair. Like the balance of in between the skills I think needs to be swapped out, because some of them are just incredibly strong. You know, like Phantom. You do a perfect dash. A perfect dash is the same thing as a counter, and now you're hitting them for 12 times 75% attack damage. And when you upgrade it, look, you might do execution, you might do a phantom slash if you get hit, like stuff like that. These are just so strong. It's crazy. And same thing here, like the shield ones, you can get permanent shield almost. Whenever an enemy dies, you get shield. Whenever you execute, you get shield. Whenever something happens, you get shield. You're immune to death. Like there's so many good ones. So I feel like some of these other ones just need to be buffed, or maybe even like changed how they work. Like maybe if this one was, I mean, I don't even know what to suggest. Like maybe this one just does bleed permanently on hit, which is here, right? But like, why is it like temporary? Bleed does no damage. Your attacks do like hundreds of damage. Bleed does like 8 damage. It's crazy how little bleed does. So that's why like some of these I haven't used. So that definitely needs work. But the mech abilities feel really good. The different characters feel good. Like they have different abilities, and I like using them. You know, like this guy, for example, like everyone else's ability has a cooldown. This guy's ability has no cooldown. He's just he's an axe guy. So you can sit here and you can do like a super giga charge, right? 2, 3, and then blam, and then you do a ton of damage. later on, like right now, you can't move, you can't dash. You can unlock something that lets you just charge it while moving, and then you're just running do 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 do, and then blam, you get them. It's fun, and I think it's a lot. I think there's enough characters. I think the characters are different enough that it feels fun. You know, like this character has like a super punch, like a falcon punch kind of ability. And then you can see like they all have their own thing. Like this does skill damages up, and then they have a reduced cooldown. So now we can use our skill more often. You know, like this character has spirit charge. So every 4 seconds he's going to do 200% damage AOE. This character has crit chance, right? I think that's cool. I think that's great. A+ in that sense. Like it's good. It's fun. In terms of like the upgrade items you can get, that's a little bit more difficult to kind of digest, because you don't really get that much of a choice, but lots of them are very strong. You know, like, okay, this one seems bad, but like a teleport gate restores 20 HP. Later on, when you do the harder difficulties, you can't heal anymore. There's no like free heals around. But you know, there's a lot of them. I haven't unlocked them all. I've beaten the game all the way up to the pretty much the highest normal difficulty that you have, which is like difficulty 5, which means you've cleared the game 6 times. But you know, like this, reflect 200%, yeah. None of them really changed much, you know, and I did like this, the Mr. Sword, not the Master Sword, and the Hero Shield, like that's, yeah, come on, that's good, guys. But you know, like the blue shell, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of references here. I think it's definitely a game made with a lot of care. Overall, I had fun with the game. You know, and for the price, like I really do think for the price, this was a pretty solid game. Let me see if I think I've seen all the enemies now. Oh, nope, there's some elites that we haven't seen. And those are kind of more random. The elites spawn inside the randomly inside the dungeons, but yeah, you can see these are the upgraded enemies, right? Oh, we haven't seen either of these two, so maybe I'll just go unlock those two and see. These are the upgraded forms of those two, but it's random now. That's the problem. So actually, it's like I can't choose. It's just RNG whether or not I get, like, if I get this guy or if I get one of these other ones. And recently I've just gotten Gladys and Leon back to back. So yeah, but anyways, overall, guys, I think the game's worth it. I think it's fun. I enjoyed my time with the game. I just think there's some places where it just kind of feels kind of like, you know, there could be something more. One of the things is like the story, like, was ramping up. Like you're ramping. I'm like, oh yeah. But like now you can see, like I've already cleared. We'll go show you the little difficulty tracker here. But like there was this whole thing where you unlock the alerts, right? And so like this is the base game. Oh, now you unlocked alert 1 and then alert 2, and you can see like it's adding all these things up over here, right? And the whole time I'm thinking, oh yeah, like here we go. But once you get to alert 5, that's it. That's like the max. That's every single modifier. And then when you go higher, it just adds more enemies. And there's no other story as far as I know. And from what I can tell looking on the forums, there's no other story. So I'm kind of sad in one sense that there's no end, because I was kind of curious like what kind of point they were trying to make with the game, because it's like a whole AI control kind of thing like that. But overall, guys, good game, worth your time and money. I'd give it like a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. It just depends how into it you are, you know. And this was a crazy secret I found when I was taking another video. This character actually can't make it. You need 3 dashes, but yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of characters to unlock. Like this guy you had to unlock. I think it's good for what it is. For the price, it's worth it. It's a fun game. If you like the genre, you will like this game. And that's about it for me, guys. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.